The history of gold mining in Nevada, an American adventure born from ingenuity and violence. Nevada's rise to become the second most prolific gold mining region on Earth, behind only South Africa's Witwatersrand region in total ounces produced, is a testament to the American spirit. Gold mining has shaped Nevada's very identity, and from the frontiersmen and women who chose to make it their home in the mid-1800s to the modern-day miners who wake up every day to go to work, that spirit lives on as strong as ever. The allure of gold has driven prospectors, miners, and companies to venture into the state's rugged terrain, leading to booms and busts that defined entire eras. Nevada's history is intertwined with tales of the Wild West, where towns rose and fell with the fortunes of gold. Today, Nevada remains one of the world's largest gold producers, thanks to advanced technology, resilient companies, and deep, rich gold deposits. But before the lights of Vegas shone bright and the desert revealed her secret wealth, Nevada was an inhospitable, almost unlivable part of the world. The early days, Nevada before gold. Before gold was discovered in Nevada, the state was home to Native American tribes, such as the Shoshone, Paiute, and Washoe. These tribes had lived in the region for thousands of years, subsisting on hunting, fishing, and agriculture. The Spanish were the first Europeans to venture into what is now Nevada in the late 18th century, but the harsh desert landscape and the apparent lack of resources made it unattractive for settlement, so they moved on. However, as Americans pushed west and then east from the coast of California, something happened that would change Nevada's future forever. In 1848, the discovery of gold at Sutter's Mill in California sparked the famous California Gold Rush, bringing thousands of people through Nevada as they traveled west. Nevada was a barren desert, passed over by most miners searching for riches. However, little did they know they were walking over what would become the epicenter of gold production in the United States. The Comstock Lode, Nevada's first gold boom, wasn't gold at all, but silver. In 1859, miners working around Virginia City discovered the Comstock Lode, one of the richest silver deposits in history. During its peak years of operation, roughly from the 1860s to the late 1880s, Comstock Lode produced around 192 million ounces of silver and 8.3 million ounces of gold, making it one of the richest mining regions in the world during the 19th century. It contributed greatly to the wealth of the western United States and the development of Nevada, and set the stage for what was about to come. Paying respect to Nevada's start in silver, about 15 years ago, the U.S. Mint's bicentennial commemorative quarter for Nevada featured wild mustangs, sagebrush, and the state's nickname, the Silver State. This honors the state's history and the silver rush of the mid-1800s. But as most of you know, Nevada isn't known for its silver, but it's gold. The Comstock Lode discovery and subsequent decades of production transformed small settlements into bustling towns overnight. Virginia City, the heart of the Comstock Lode, became a symbol of wealth and opportunity. Thousands of people flocked to the region, hoping to strike it rich. The town grew rapidly, and by the 1860s, it was one of the most prosperous cities in the West. Mining in the Comstock region was difficult due to the complex geology and the need for advanced extraction techniques. Innovations, such as the square-set timbering method, used to support underground tunnels, were developed to handle the large-scale mining operations. While the Comstock Lode was primarily a silver discovery, the associated gold mining activities laid the groundwork for future gold exploration throughout the state. As the Comstock Lode declined in the late 19th century, prospectors began to search for other sources of wealth, leading to a series of new discoveries in remote regions of Nevada. Few were as remote as the Tonopah and the Goldfield mining district, the gold rushes of the late 19th and early 20th centuries. After the initial excitement of the Comstock Lode faded, Nevada experienced several gold rushes that revitalized the state's mining industry. In 1900, a significant gold discovery was made in Tonopah. The discovery sparked another rush, with miners and investors flooding the area. Tonopah became a thriving town, and its success encouraged further exploration in nearby areas. One of the most important discoveries of this period came in 1902 when prospector Jim Butler found rich gold deposits near Goldfield. The Goldfield mining district quickly became one of the most productive in the United States, and by 1906, Goldfield was the largest city in Nevada. The Goldfield boom was marked by intense speculation, and several fortunes were made and lost. During this period, figures such as George Wingfield rose to prominence as they built mining empires in the region. George Wingfield was born August 16, 1876, and he died Christmas Day, 1959. He was a Nevada cattleman and gambler who became a financier, investor, and one of the state's most powerful economic and political figures during the period from 1909 to 1932. His story more than encapsulates the American dream. He was born into an era that saw America rise into the world's sole superpower. The mindset and grit that a man like Wingfield possessed are almost beyond the imagination of today's youth. By age 20, Wingfield had become a cattle driver and drove herds from Oregon and California eastward to Winnemucca in Humboldt County. Winnemucca was the Humboldt County seat and known for a variety of businesses more hidden in respectable towns, including saloons, gambling, and brothels. While the circumstances are unclear, it was in Winnemucca Wingfield met former railroad man turned banker and future United States Senator George S. Nixon. Nixon would become his mentor and change his life forever. Just a short time after meeting Nixon, in 1899, Wingfield decided to leave the cattle business and opened a saloon in Golconda, also in Humboldt County, but sold it by 1901. He used the proceeds to travel south, arriving in Tonopah, then a town of about 250 residents, which was booming because Jim Butler had discovered silver ore and established a mine nearby in 1900. At first, Wingfield played poker and dealt cards for the old card game Faro at the Tonopah Club, built in 1902. He and fellow gambler John Hennessy took over the club and soon made $200,000 in profits. By October 1902, Wingfield had some cash, and he and Nixon formally became business partners, investing in mining and real estate. They soon owned the Boston Tonopah Mining Company and the Nye County Bank, among other properties. By 1904, having grub-staked many miners after a gold strike the previous year about 27 miles away in Goldfield, Wingfield moved to Goldfield, where he and his millionaire mentor bought more real estate and all but one of the local mines. By Wingfield's 30th birthday in 1906, he had made a fortune in Nevada. After taking their Goldfield Consolidated Mining Company public in 1906, which he and Nixon had organized with $50 million in capital, Wingfield alone was worth $30 million, making him one of the richest men in America. The value of $30 million in 1906 would be approximately $1.2 billion in 2024, adjusted for inflation. Goldfield, Tonopah, and other mining towns from this era reflected the quintessential Wild West experience. Boomtowns sprang up overnight, populated by a mix of miners, speculators, outlaws, merchants, and opportunists. These towns were characterized by saloons, gambling halls, and a sense of impermanence as fortunes could change rapidly. Most were out for themselves and trying to get rich as quickly as possible. In the late 19th century, Nevada's gold rush towns were rife with tension, competition, and lawlessness, and saloons often became the center of bloody confrontations. One of the most infamous gunfights took place in the bustling mining town of Goldfield, Nevada during its brief but prosperous gold rush era. The rivalry, a dispute over gold claims. The gunfight that would come to define Goldfield's wild reputation began with a bitter dispute over gold claims between two rival factions of miners. On one side was Hank Bulldog Thompson. On the other side was Jack Whiskey Sullivan. For weeks, Thompson and Sullivan had exchanged threats and insults in the town's saloons. Thompson accused Sullivan of poaching on his claim, while Sullivan maintained that Thompson had been cheating miners out of their rightful shares. Tensions escalated as each man gathered his supporters, many armed and ready for a fight. The night of the gunfight began like any other in the Goldfield Saloon. The place was packed with miners, gamblers, and prospectors celebrating their daily wins or drowning their losses in whiskey. Hank Thompson and his gang were seated at a large corner table, watching the room with suspicion. Jack Sullivan, unaware that Thompson was there, entered the saloon with a few of his own men. The two rivals locked eyes across the crowded room, and the tension became palpable. Then in an instant, a shot rang out. No one could tell who fired the first shot, but it set off a deadly chain reaction as guns were drawn and a firefight erupted. Bullets flew in every direction, shattering bottles and splintering the ornate furniture. When the dust finally settled, the Goldfield Saloon was a scene of devastation. The floor was slick with blood and the walls were pocketed with bullet holes. Of the 15 men involved in the gunfight, only a few survived, and they were gravely wounded. Hank Thompson and Jack Sullivan's epic feud ended in mutual destruction. News of the gunfight spread quickly, and Goldfield, already known for its lawlessness, became infamous as the site of one of the bloodiest shootouts in Nevada's history. Despite the violence, Goldfield continued to thrive for a few more years, but the gunfight left a lasting scar in the town. It became a cautionary tale of the dangers of lawlessness in the Wild West, where greed, gold, and grudges could turn a bustling saloon into a deadly battleground in the blink of an eye. Today, the ruins of Goldfield stand as a testament to the booms and busts of Nevada's mining history. The Great Depression and World War II. With the stock market crash of 1929, the U.S. economy soon entered the Great Depression, and the gold mining industry in Nevada, like much of the U.S. economy, suffered. Falling gold prices and increased production costs led to the closure of many mines. However, gold remained an essential commodity, and some operations continued, albeit on a reduced scale. The importance of gold mining was rekindled during World War II, when the federal government imposed restrictions on non-essential mining activities to focus on materials crucial to the war effort. Although gold was not as critical as other minerals during this period, it remained a valuable asset, and some mines continued to operate. Following the war, mining activities picked up again, and it was clear that the era of traditional gold rushes was coming to an end. the modern era, Nevada becomes a global leader. The transformation of Nevada into a global gold mining giant began in the mid-20th century with the discovery of massive gold deposits in Carlin, Nevada in 1961. The Carlin Trend, as it became known, was unlike anything miners had seen before. The gold in this region was invisible, meaning it was not in the form of nuggets or veins that miners were accustomed to. Instead, the gold was disseminated in microscopic particles throughout the rock. The discovery of the Carlin Trend revolutionized gold mining in Nevada. Traditional mining techniques were ineffective for this type of deposit, so new methods such as heap leaching and open pit mining were developed. These techniques allowed miners to extract gold from low-grade ores that would have been considered uneconomical in the past. Throughout the 1970s and 80s, other significant gold deposits were discovered in Nevada, including the Cortez and Battle Mountain Eureka trends. Today, Nevada produces more gold than any other U.S. state and ranks among the top gold-producing regions globally. The state's modern gold mines are operated by some of the largest mining companies in the world, including Barrick Gold and Newmont. These companies have invested billions of dollars into exploration, mining, and processing operations in Nevada, ensuring the state's dominance in gold production. While gold mining has brought tremendous wealth and development to Nevada, it has also raised concerns about environmental sustainability. The large-scale mining operations that dominate Nevada today require vast amounts of water, energy, and land. Open pit mining in particular has led to the destruction of landscapes and ecosystems. Heap leaching, while effective at extracting gold from low-grade ores, involves the use of cyanide, which can be harmful to the environment if not properly managed. In recent years, there has been a growing emphasis on environmental responsibility in the mining industry. Companies operating in Nevada are subject to strict regulations governing water usage, land reclamation, and waste management. Despite these challenges, the economic benefits of gold mining in Nevada are substantial. The industry provides thousands of high-paying jobs and generates significant tax revenue for the state. From its humble beginnings in the Wild West days of the Comstock Lode to its current status as a global gold mining powerhouse, Nevada's gold mining legacy is a testament to the resilience and ingenuity of the people who have worked its land over the past century and a half. The industry continues to play a vital role in the state's economy, even as it faces new challenges in the form of environmental concerns and fluctuating gold prices. As the demand for gold persists in a global market, with prices hitting new all-time highs, Nevada remains at the forefront, ensuring its place in the history and future of gold mining.